right, let's see here. All right, it says I'm live. Oh, it's been a fucking minute. I can hear myself. All right, so more exciting PDFs from the Fit Report. Eyewitness accounts of what happened on October 1st, 2017. Las Vegas shooting. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Take the Bradford. Let's see. Currently at Sunrise Hospital, 3rd of October. Um, almost 6 o'clock at night. Looks like we're going to be talking to a female here. All right. Let's see. She was right in the middle. I want to say they shine all lights on on all the lights on the concert at Jesus. Okay. Um, just dancing, have a good time. I heard a bunch of like firecracker sounds, I guess. And I just thought it was part of the concert. So kind of just kept doing what I was doing. And then once it started and I saw people running and I just turned around, started running. And then I ended up tripping over like a speed bump thing. And I fell, and that's where I got shot when I was already laying down. I stayed down because I thought people were on the floor, like shooting people. Thank you, whatever. And then some guy came and picked me up out of nowhere and just got me over his shoulder and ran. And then I don't even know where he went, but he put me under a car so he could get help. And then he kept, then to keep me safe, because we didn't know where it was coming from. And then I got brought into an apartment complex from there where people were hiding. They helped me. And then that's when the ambulance came and took me here. Let's see, it didn't go anywhere else. I don't think. Yeah, I think it came straight here from the guy's apartment. There's 200 people in there hiding. There's like packed insane. Lights were off and everything. And then I was in the bathtub with like an ex-marine. That's who carried me. So he's like tying a belt around my waist and stuff. What? Around your waist? You know, okay, whatever. Uh, yeah, and then he brought me. The paramedic brought me straight here. When you're hearing popping, like firecracker sound, kind of where's that coming from? Do you remember? I honestly thought it was from the concert. Yeah, like it's a concert. There's fireworks, and then when there wasn't a firework, I don't even think I thought twice. Let's see. Because I don't know, you're having fun and doing whatever, and that's the last thing you're thinking about. And that's when, and then he kept singing, and like people were running from the stage to the back, like where I was. So that's when I got scared. I thought that like people were coming up from there shooting because it sounded like multiple people. Like it was not, it did not. Like it just kept going and going and going. Like it didn't stop even when I was already in the hotel room. Like we still heard things. Let's see. I honestly like 15 minutes. Like it was going on, and then you'd hear things from different sides, I guess, from different areas to where that's why he told me don't get up from underneath this car. Like there's people on the floor for like people like looking for people because they would stop. And then we go. So it was almost. I felt like they were looking or something, and then find a group of people, and I don't know. I didn't know anything, and I still have limited like what I want to know. So I've kind of like not asked questions or looked into it. I mean, I know what I've been told, but I don't really have any desire to know things right now. So See, so just confirm if concert is, let's say, the front here, back, like right here, the furthest away from it. Not even like, so, like, say this is the stage, there's all these alcohol or like bars on this side. Like right here in the middle is just this stand that we kept meeting at. Like where like I want to say they were record the concert from there. So it can go on the big screen. Oops, sorry. Uh, and then you can still go behind that, but it was on AstroTurf. Okay. And then when I fell and got hurt, it was on actual gravel because, like, you could see like spark. Okay. It almost looked like fireworks next to me. Sparks. Huh. That's interesting. Let's see. So when you fell, this is the sparks you see are on the gravel around you. A lot, yeah. More than two, no. Like consistent, but not like I knew what it was. Sure, like enough to like think that I was gonna get shot again. Okay, and then within seconds, like he like picked me up, and I just did whatever I was told to do. Like I didn't think that there was any other option really. All right. Let's see. When you got shot, did you know right away? like, you didn't think you got bumped into, like, or that kind of. No, I knew something happened. It didn't like it was. I don't know. I told him that the other day. I was like, when you think of getting shot, you think of going down immediately and like just like dying. And it was so like your body just took control, and just like I didn't believe it until like I went like that and was like, holy shit, like I'm bleeding. And everybody, then I kind of just followed the crowd. I mean, no, I didn't like he was, everybody was just kind of running. So, were you bleeding a lot? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was that belt like an impromptu tourniquet or bandage? It ended up being that, like, what I got with the guy, and he was like taking my belt off me. Woo-hoo, and ended up being a tourniquet, but like originally it was just my belt for my pants. Um, yeah, okay. But you don't tourniquet a person at their waist. That's odd. Let's see. Try to use it. It is such a bandage. Somehow put pressure on your wound. Um, Anything else that I think is important to contribute to that maybe I didn't ask? Anything, any details in your head? No, I mean, if you hear somebody tell a story again and you could find him, that would be amazing. I would do that. There was this girl that you picked up. Yeah, like I swear his girlfriend's name was something. Okay, and these two just they like saved my life. To think I don't know what would have happened if I didn't get up and move. You know. Like could have been stomped over. So yeah, if you find him, call me. I'd love to say thank you. And she's good. That's all she got to say. Okay. Never really heard exactly where she was hit. Didn't ask that question. That's kind of interesting, but you know, not a very good interviewer. I forget who that was. I think he did more interviews, so it's kind of awkward. He wouldn't be that good at it. Let's see. So right here, we got a race white. White male, 6'2", 280, black brown. Security guard. He works, looks like Depart Data Visitor Graveyard? Whatever. Um, oh, he works at the Cosmo Graveyard. Um, Injured right shoulder. Bullet still in shoulder. Redacted was standing near jumbo screen, near stage. Redacted heard what he thought was fireworks. This person said he heard same thing again. This person felt like someone punched him in the chest 5 times. Woo! He didn't get hit that many times, did he? Bullet still in shoulder. Yeah, okay, he got hit once. Um, this person saw a something in front of him. Uh, something in front of him gets shot in the left side of his stomach. Okay. Uh, Two people stopped to help him and put pressure on his wounded his wound. One of the guys got shot, but did not see where. Fuck. Uh, Redacted went under stage for several minutes. This person still heard shots being fired. Um, this person out the back crawled. I guess that's supposed to be crawled out the backside of the stage. This person tried to get to their car, but couldn't. This person was picked up at I don't know that street. Looks like Saverson and Flamingo, but I'm not sure. 3rd of October, 3 p.m. or 1 p.m. Let's see, Parkway and Henderson. So, not sure if this is a hospital or not. Okay, let's see, Caucasian. All right, finally someone puts Caucasian instead of white. Let's see, so Caucasian male, 5'10", 185, brown, blue. Let's see, works at MGM Grand. All right. It doesn't say what they actually do. I was to the right of the stage. Hard hand. Fuck. Man, people can't write. Thought it was fireworks, I guess. Yeah, fireworks. That's a weird F. Then more rapid fire again. Everyone dropped. Then I can't read what that says. It looks like freely. I don't know. I ran towards, I guess, cover by the bar in the. Something was shot. The was shot in the left foot. Yeah, I don't know what that even says, man. That doesn't make any sense. I then ducked down. Looks like decked, but ducked down further into the other bar. Shots continued. I ducked again. It seemed like they were coming from above. Ran behind the. I don't know what that is. Then center fourth across. Fuck. Across field area, then out and across the. Uh, okay. Then God, I'd be better off reading the Spanish ones than this shit. Then to MGM, all while hearing rapid fire. Spring Valley Hospital. Second, okay, this guy might be doped the fuck up. That would explain why he can't write. All right. If you actually had him write it, but it looks like he did because Detective Ray looks like he's got pretty good writing. Okay, so moving on because I couldn't read shit on that. Race white, sex male, height 5'9", weight 315, black and blue. During the concert, it sounded as if firecrackers had been set off. Let's see, behind us. Yeah, I guess behind us. We were in section C, row A. I went looking when I heard Officer. What the fuck? June and Officer Megan say it was shot. Um, I work with them to secure people behind buses and identify wonder. Whatever. We were on the southwest corner. Uh, got a it looks like court of wounded and moved them to triage, I guess. It's not how you spell it, but all right. We then work on moving people out of that area. All right, Route 91 venue, um, the East Reno, October 2nd. Okay. Were you actually there, bro? 3 a.m.? Yeah, maybe it was. Let's see. White female. I was by the bus stop at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign when people said to run. There's a shooter. I had my luggage and coat with me. I hide down in the drainage ditch when two police officers said to leave now or they would shoot me. The fuck? Woof. All right. All right. You'll probably find that body cam if that's out there. My stuff was left behind at the drainage ditch. I did not witness anything at all. Yeah, you witnessed a couple cops fucking aiming guns at you. Let's see. White male, 5'11", 236. Cops should not be fucking pointing guns at people who are hiding um, and threatening to shoot them. That's a little extreme, people. So I wonder if that body cam's out there. I know a couple of these crazy ass cops fucking aimed at a fucking car, threatened to shoot them, but I don't know. Let's see. Attending the Route 91 festival, I was watching Jason Aldean perform. I was located in the front of the stage on the left side, below DJ Silver setup. Heard firecrackers or what to appear to sound like firecrackers. Next thing I knew, people were screaming, and a lady that was a few people down from me appeared to have suffered a gunshot wound to the upper left chest. People uh, hurdled her over the fence barrier by the stage, and I hunkered down on the ground. The gunshot were more rapid and sound close. I grabbed my wife and ran to the left of the stage, proceeded to run toward the airport where we found a safe place. At the Grand Canyon Helicopter Lounge, police showed up and escorted us to buses and ended up at UNLV. All right. So this was done UNLV on the 2nd of October. You originally put the first at 1:50 a.m. You corrected that shit. Let's see. White female, 5'3", 120, brown. Let's see. What is she? Payoff Inc. She works in finance. All right. Payoff Inc. Man, that sounds like a scam fucking company, but whatever. Attending the Route 91 Harvest Festival, we were watching the final concert on Sunday night. Jason Aldean. At about 10 p.m., we heard what we thought were fireworks. Then we heard it again and knew it wasn't. We ducked down, and then about a minute later started running out the what? The venue. Okay, venue. Towards Hooters. While running, my daughter and I fell. I felt that time the shot to my foot. We got up, continued to run until we reached Hooters and hid in an unknown person's room. I'm guessing. Once in the room, I then noticed I was shot in the butt. Someone got a hold of medics. They arrived, took my daughter and I to Southern Hills Hospital. All right. 3rd of October. Let's see. White male. Yeah. Facing south side towards stage. Heard gunshots and fled east towards the Las Vegas airport. Los Airport. Los Airport, Holmes. All right. Thomas Mack Center. Los Airport. Fucking hidden Los Airport. Let's see. Contract officer. What is this? Oh, this is the hospital doing a thing. That's nice of them to give us his name. Let's see. Husband was shot. That's not the husband's name. That must be the doctor. Let's see. Witness. Husband was shot in arm at Route 91 Country Fest. Last band of the night. Gunfire sprung out. Lots of shots, gunfire hit the ground. Lots of people running. We stay on the ground until my husband got shot in the arm. Then we took off out the back way. All right. Let's see. Female 5'1". Okay. Office tech, whatever that means. All right. All kinds of stupid shit. On October 1st, 2017, was at Route 91 Harvest Festival at approximately 10 o'clock. West Side? As I was standing counter stage, listening to Jason Aldean perform a few feet to my right side towards the Las Vegas Strip, I heard what appeared to be firecrackers in the audience. Let's see. A few minutes later, I heard what I assume were gunshots. And about that same time, I heard unidentified people scream and yell things such as "Get down, get down!" My daughter, let's see, redacted, was with me, and we immediately assumed prone positions on the ground. Wow, someone plays Call of Duty. I placed my body on top of redacted body to shield her from potentially being shot. We could hear multiple gunshots as well as what I believe were the bullets ricocheting off of the surrounding metal gates. Let's see, and then continuation. 2nd of October, Spring Valley Hospital. Let's see, I told my daughter we needed to stay low to the ground, and we did for approximately 10 minutes, give or take. When the shooting paused, I told, I'm guessing our daughter, we need to crawl low to the ground and get away from the area. I'm guessing the redacted, his daughter was also telling me that we needed to get out of the area, not someone else. We had to step over several people who were bleeding and appeared unconscious. Okay. Once we were out of the plaza area, we ran towards the east of the festival area, and as we ran from the center bar area to the vendors and porta potties, redacted said, "Man, I've been hitting my foot. I told her we needed to keep running, so we did. We exited through the rear gate and were on the sidewalk behind the Catholic Continental of what? Oh, church. Okay. Continuation of my report. Looks like something different. Okay. Church. Walked east along sidewalk until we saw police vehicles. I then approached the uniformed officer who was directing traffic and told him this person had been shot. He directed us to an area on the curb next to a patrol car. There were several others who had obvious wounds and were covered in blood. Unknown civilians assessed this person's right leg, calf area, and we, I guess, utilized a black. Is that? I thought that was going to be SUV, but that's not what that is. Sam Hunt concert. Okay, Black Sam Hunt concert T-shirt. Oh, we utilized. Okay, utilized Black Sam Hunt T-shirt concert T-shirt. Not what I was expecting to read, so that's a little confusing. Tie around her calf area as a tourniquet to apply pressure and stop the bleeding. We then got up and walked towards the Hooters Hotel. Once there, we were directed to a triage area, and again, a civilian checked. I'm guessing that's the name. It looks like Mariel, but I'm not sure. And advised us. Yeah, I don't know. And advised us it was not an emergent wound. Okay, yeah, I don't think you're using that word properly, but all right. And we should go to our hotel. I contacted a family friend, redacted, who was in the strip area, and he met us at the Motel 6 on Koval and Tropicana. He drove us to Spring Valley Hospital. Um, this can conclude, I'm guessing, my report. This person's really proper. That's interesting. Oh, shit. We got pictures. We got pictures. All right. So let's see. White male, 5'8". Yeah, okay. They're in sales. Um, my wife and I were standing facing the stage at Route 91 on the left side, facing. Please see diagram for approximate location. All right, so that's about where they are. We were watching third and fourth. Someone did get shot there. We were watching third and fourth. So actually, a couple people did. Abset started, and we heard three pops, sound like fireworks. We looked at each other and said, "What was that?" And we turned back, thinking it was nothing. Then we heard a few more pops, 8 to 10, and then just a ton of gunfire. The sound seemed to come from our 4 o'clock while facing the stage. Okay, so 4 o'clock. What? Wow, 4 o'clock. If you're facing the stage, your 4 o'clock is like the fucking Luxor. Okay, whatever. Let's see. We didn't know exactly what was happening until it seemed like something exploded, which was something right in our faces. We thought it was something electric that blew up. I thought maybe it was a grenade or something. Ooh, shit! This guy's ready for war. As soon as that happened, I grabbed my wife, threw her to the ground, and kept telling her to keep her head down. We kept hearing. Let's see. This is the EAC 4th of October. I don't know what EAC is. East Area Command. All right. So they came into the police station to give this. We kept hearing gunfire. That was about 50 to 100 shots. It stopped, and I looked around, and I saw the woman in front of us on the ground with blood pouring from her head. Yeah, someone did get shot there. Someone died there. Her guy was over the top of her, holding her and trying to wake her up. More gunfire started and another 50 to 100 shots, and I covered my wife, told her to keep her head down. We heard a bunch of people saying if we don't get moving, we're going to get trampled. And when the gunfire stopped, a bunch of people ran away. So I'm wondering, that person gets shot, what in the. He makes it sound like the first volley, but I don't know. That's possible. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I figured he would have been shooting there later, but maybe. So we heard a bunch of people. Okay, so where the hell did I leave off? I don't even know where I left off now. Oh, there it is. I picked my wife up, and we ran. I remember her saying she needs to grab her shoe. We ran off towards the back of the venue, away from the sound of the shooting and Las Vegas Boulevard. We kept running and kept hearing gunshots. All of them sounded like auto gunfire. They were all in a row and at the same rate. Um, this is when I told my wife I think I was shot. I had blood on my left shoulder, and it kept coming. We kept running and got behind a fence at the venue and found a police vehicle. There were a bunch of people ducked behind the vehicle. My wife told the officer that I was shot, but it kept bringing more people over, and many others said they were hit too. We kept hearing gunfire. Um, I sounded like, because it sounded like the bullets were hitting the stage and the ground, as there were these clack, clack, clack sounds along with the gunfire distinct sound. All right, so this person could, what was differentiating the cracks versus the muzzle blast. So that's good. Um, we waited until the gunfire stopped and took off down the road towards Tropicana. We kept following the crowd, and we went in the back of Tropicana. We didn't even get in the back of the Tropicana when people started running back out the door screaming. We turned around and headed towards Las Vegas. Well, that just sucks so bad, man. That people are trying to get away from this stuff, and then everybody panicking and freaking the fuck out is, moving everybody in all kinds of directions. I can't remember anymore if we heard more guns or not, but I remember when I got across the street, we said we need to go back to Mandalay, to our, I don't know, whatever. I didn't want to take an ambulance of someone else. Take our, I don't know, who might need it more. I told her, my wife, she needs to take me to the emergency room. We knew a new ER opened on Blue Diamond right by our house, and it would not be full. We ran towards Luxor, and we stopped by a security guard who told us there was a shooter in the Mandalay Bay. This was at approximately 10:23 p.m., it looks like. I called my parents and told them I was shot, but I was going to be okay. We followed the security guard inside, and she treated my wound with, I don't know, saline and gauze, I guess. I told her after she treated me that I headed towards Mandalay Bay. Wait, uh, that I needed to leave, and I didn't want to take an ambulance. She let me go, and I headed towards Mandalay Bay, but were stopped and told we couldn't go that way. They brought us to the Chris Angel Theater, and Metro officers escorted us out towards the parking structures at Luxor. We walked through the structure to Frank Sinatra Drive and made our way to the car parked at Mandalay. I told my wife to drive me to the ER by our house while I kept pressure on the wound. We arrived at the ER approximately 11:30 p.m. It took about a half hour to get there, or it took about an hour to get home, and was treated right away. We left around 1 a.m. after being released with a diagnosis of shrapnel in my arm and neck. Fuck. We got home and arrived at 1:15 a.m. All right. Let's see. No information whatsoever. We were on the front left and center side of the stage when we heard what sounded like fireworks uh, or speaker malfunctioning. Everyone, so I'm guessing what they mean by that is that's what they thought it originally was, is a speaker malfunction. Probably because there was a dipshit there saying that it's the speakers. It's electrical. Um, so this person most likely thought that's what it originally was. Then later they went with the fireworks story because it's probably what everyone else was saying at that point, is they thought it was fireworks. So whatever. Stories change. Everyone around us ducked down to the floor, and we did too. After a little bit, we decided to evacuate and start running with the crowd. We ended up at an airport hangar, and then bust to the Thomas and Mack Center. So the 2nd of October, 1 in the morning. Yeah, so that's when a lot of these were done. Let's see, no information on the person. There's at Route 91 Harvest Festival, and Jason Aldean was only about 3 songs into his set. I was up by the front left side of the catwalk part of the stage when I heard rapid bangs, which I thought was fireworks. We all saw Jason Aldean run off stage. So we all hit the ground and laid there, and more rapid bangs. We realized it was bad and immediately fled first on foot out of the left part of the venue. As we ran, I saw a lady in a wheelchair who was bloody from multiple parts of her abdomen. Holy shit. I think that's what that says. My group hunkered down in nearby airport hangar and then transported to UNLV Thomas Max. That sucks, dude. Shooting up fucking chick in a wheelchair. That's fucking lame. City of LA. This person works for the city. Probably a cop. They usually don't like to say the cops. White male, 6'2", 220, brown. Work schedule varies. Yeah, probably a cop or fireman or something. Let's see. Group of five. My group. We're standing 200 feet from the stage, west of center concessions. Yeah, probably a cop. Sounds like a cop to me. I left to use restrooms on east side of the venue. Upon returning to group, 100 yards from original location from my group, shots were fired. Multiple rounds continued in constant bursts for approximately 45 seconds. Everyone began running as shots seemed to fan large area of the venue. I fled through the east gate towards Hooters. I then made my way back to the venue to assist victims. Multiple victims had made their way to East Reno Avenue and Duke Ellington Way. Approximately 10 immediates, 10 minors. I could be a fireman. I then made my way back to the venue where I exited and assisted with PT text, multiple PTs, DOA, IMO, IMD, minor and delayed. One member in group sustained a gunshot wound to the upper right arm. Let's see. Did this at MLK. So I believe that is the station there. It's on MLK. So he actually went into the station. Guessing he's either a cop or something of that nature. Possibly, like I said, a fireman, because he knew what he was talking about. He knew how to do a report. Detective Matt Jagoda and John Swales. Wow, these are names I never heard. So this is the B team. This should be interesting. She recently came out with some surgeries and stuff. Is not able to talk, so we're going to continue to interview with her boyfriend. What's your name, sir? Redacted. Don't care about your phone number and shit. Night of the incident, and would so if you wouldn't mind speaking for her and explain where you were when it all started, what you saw, anything else you can try and help us out. The fact she can't talk is a little. I mean, she probably was shot in a bad spot. Okay, roughly at 9:30 at night. We were over 150 yards from the actual stage itself, more towards the left end of it. Uh, I'm not sure the direction on that. Uh, Saw him playing. He played three songs, the fourth song, and we heard what sounded like fireworks. You mean Aldean? Yes, of course, Aldean. Yes, Jason Aldean was playing. So he was the last set. Heard what sounded like firecrackers, and a large kind of circle opened up. Saw the circle, heard the fireworks, thought why would somebody bring some fireworks here? Second set of the fireworks that I heard. She ended up redacted. Ended up looking at me and saying, "Babe, it's hard for me to breathe." Brought her to the ground. We had some San Diego firemen with me as well. Saw her. There was a battalion chief from San Diego City. Saw the bullet hole, plugged up the hole, and she told me. Um, so left side, yes. Okay. Indicating underneath her left arm. Looked at my hand, noticed there was blood. Kept my hand there. We were all staying down low, checking to see where the fire was coming from. Could not see where the fire was coming from. So we ended up moving to one of the merchandise booths. Got behind the counter, same thing, kind of looked down, still heard active shooting. Ended up finding one of the other people we were with, ended up finding a beer cart. Cleared the beer cart, and then got her up on top of it, and we exited through the gates near where the porta potties were located. By beer cart, I wonder if they mean wheelbarrow. Not too sure, but I'm guessing. All right, so let's see. From there, we saw where AMR was doing active triage. We saw Clark County Sheriff telling us get out of here. We said, okay, thank you. Ended up finding a Chevy Silverado 3500, maybe 2500 with a long bed, and asked if they had room for one more. He said, yeah. I got her into the truck, got in the cab of the truck with her, closed the door, found my navigation, got her here. Okay, so these people were actually in the truck. All right. All right. Chevy Silverado. All right. keep an eye on that. Let's see. Someone else drove. Excuse me. Someone else driving. And there were other people in the truck. Yes. Okay. Um, himself. There was a patient in the center of his truck in the front. His girlfriend was making sure that everyone was all right. There was myself, redacted, and two or three others in the back. Were you injured? No, I wasn't. Okay. Any of the friends in there you know of? Not my group or group of people that I knew that were up there. Okay. Are you a firefighter up there? I am. Okay. Work for Kern County Fire Department. Um, it's in Bakersfield. Yeah, this guy's busy right now. This guy's working. This guy's working some overtime right now. Let's see, cool battalion chief and stuff. Like people don't know that term. And that's the end of the interview. Yeah, so this guy's got some business up there right now. That's that place is going up. Let's see, Detective Cheney, not Detective Williams. All right, we've heard these before. So let's see, home address. Let's see, contact number. Don't care about any of this. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. So this person works for Los Angeles County Sheriff's. All right. Uh, Probably one of the ones that retired recently. Okay. Also present in the room is Nancy Dowring, his wife. I don't know why they left the name in there and didn't redact that, but whatever. This interview has been conducted at Spring Valley Hospital. Okay, October 3rd. It's about 5:30 at night. Why they do all these at night? That's weird. A lot of these are at night. I don't know. The interview has been conducted as part of continue. Yeah, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about where you were, what happened, what occurred, anything you've seen? My wife and I were standing 30 feet from in front of the spotlights that were on the right side of the stage, so closest to the Mandalay Bay. And first, we heard what sounded like firecrackers, sounded close proximity, and then there was only a few. Couldn't tell you, maybe four or five. And then there was a pause, and the crowd kind of paused too. But then it picked back up, and everybody, I'm sure, was thinking it was just firecrackers. And then there was another series of what sounded like a small caliber handgun again. What? Wow. Okay, that's new. And sounded like small caliber handgun, and it was just a few again, and maybe four or five. But this time, I felt something hit my back, and I thought it was some of the people who were running. And I later found out it was what I would call a skip round or a ricochet, because I have a bruise and it didn't penetrate, but it caused a breaking in my skin. And following that, I knew something was up, and I'm yelling at everybody, get down, and people start getting down. And that's when you hear rapid fire, high power. My guess, okay, so he's talking about the original shots, and that's I'm guessing what he's explaining as the handgun rounds. Um, and that's when you hear rapid shots, high power. My guess was a 223 type firearm. Pretty good guess. Whether it's an AK or AR or whatever, I don't know. AKs don't. Well, I guess you can get a 223 AK, I believe, but it's not really an AK. And it wouldn't be very popular. But it was sound it made was a pretty good simulating sound of gunfire and multiple. And then there was a pause. I'm telling everybody to run, just run, grabbing people off the ground, pushing them, telling them run, run, run. And we also ran. And some people were tripping and falling, pick them up and help them and just run. And we tried to take cover. It was more concealment because we tried to get behind one of the bars, and there was a bunch of people hunkered down there out of sight. And we go down. I pushed her down and got on top of her right after, and right after that, you could hear rounds skipping, whizzing, and then I took one to the shoulder. And I said, I'd been hit, I've been hit. I said, I've been hit, I've been hit. And some people pulled me up closer to the bar and asked the gentleman that had pulled me on top of him. It was a little guy to put pressure on my shoulder, push as hard as you can, because I don't know the extent of the damage. And I knew I needed to stop the bleeding. After that, somebody comes running up, says, we got to go. And we all knew that. So we waited for the next volley to stop, and we got up and just ran. My wife and I ran to cover out behind, furthest away from, I don't know the street, but furthest away from Mandalay Bay. I'm guessing, is that Reno over there? during the shooting, you could tell it was coming from the northwest side. You could hear the direction. I couldn't see any flashes. I was looking for muzzle flash, and I just didn't. I don't know if it was my timing or if I was looking in the right spots, but I could tell it was coming from the northwest side. That's crazy, man. Even people who are looking for the fire and know what they're looking for, we're not seeing this. So again, you got a 36-story mirror, and you're looking for a little 3 foot part of it. So it's kind of crazy. Let's see. I think it's northwest. Anyway, made it out to the to a patrol unit. Some off-duty paramedic cut my shirt off, grabbed my shirt, my wife's shirt, threw it on, did applied pressure, and somebody came by with a belt to help cinch it down and keep the pressure on. And we got up. We knew we had to get out of there because we're still in the line of fire. I saw cars going, just people jumping in cars. Cars were bottoming out. Wheel wells were getting scraped by the tires. Cars were so full. Saw some people that were in dire need of medical attention just being thrown in. They appeared lifeless, but man, I hope they made it. And they tried to put me in one of them. There's not enough room. So we kept pushing and went around the backside of Tropicana, and their security staff had said the building was locked down, and an ambulance came rolling up, and some people flagged it down, got in front of it, and get it to stop, and said, "Hey, he's been shot." And they said, "Well, they need to get to the scene where other people had been shot," and drove away. What the fuck? Wow. What? That's fucked up. That is really fucked up. So my God. Oh, the fuck. Okay. Anyway, so my wife and I ended up just bearing down and putting as much pressure as I could and ran over the MGM. Not one taxi would render any help, and a gentleman decided he wanted to start videotaping me with an iPhone. Okay. And made it to the MGM where the staff had set up a triage with their EMT people. And they EMT'd us. And then at some point, people started to panic because I think they saw people with blood and injuries been shot. All right. So here we go. Where are we at? We're at the MGM. So we're describing panic at the MGM. Started yelling that there's a shooter in the MGM, and everybody ran. And it quelled in about an hour and a half. I was there. I finally got a gurney back to the hospital, and they checked me in. I got to the hospital in an ambulance. Bring the hospital over, transferred. They did. They transported me here because they determined that my injuries weren't as significant as some others. They were going to closer hospitals. Okay. And you said you haven't done surgery, but you're possibly going to do surgery back in California. Yeah. It's been recommended that I have surgery, remove the shrapnel, and clean the wound because the doctor's afraid of, well, he's not afraid. He said I would have infection, and they want to clean it, and they want to get the shrapnel out. And if at that time they can remove the bullet that's lodged between my rib cage and my lung, fuck, ooh, they'll remove it. Otherwise, if they can't get to it, they're just going to make sure it's clean, to clean it thoroughly and leave it there. Oh, damn. That's a rough spot to have a bullet, man. And so are you driving back tonight, or how you getting back? Sheriff's Department is arranging air. Nice. This guy gets airlifted by the department. It's nice. Okay. I don't know if they're going to medevac me with our medevac unit, or if they're going to take the sheriff's airplane. The sheriff's airplane. Wow. The sheriff has his own airplane. That's all right. I didn't know that. That's cool. Whatever. Right on. That's badass. Let's see. Okay. But one of those two, I'm heading to Pasadena Huntington Memorial Hospital. All right. Speaking with your wife over this, did she see anything different? She just stay by your side and see. We got separated a couple times, but we were side by side. The only reason we got separated was because when she ran, I don't know if I passed her or she passed me. She came back to look for me, but it was only for a few seconds. She saw and heard the same thing I heard. She's a lieutenant on the department as well. All right. Well, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, anything like that, leave your number, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What do we have here? My name is what? It's a different way to start a statement like this, but all right, whatever. This person like sent in a fucking CD, an MP3 or some shit with a statement. That's weird. My name is blah blah. My birthday is whatever. I was at Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. What's your address, dear? Who's doing this interview? The fuck? And your phone number. Okay, you just want to go into detail. Tell me where you were standing at the concert when the first time you thought you heard something. If you looked around, if you saw anything. I was, and I need you to go into detail on how you escaped. I was standing on the, if you're looking at the stage, right part closest to the Mandalay Bay, not next to the bar, but pretty close up, like maybe 4 or 5 people. Rose, and then Jason was playing. At 4 or 5 rounds, ring out. And everybody says firecrackers, so nobody ducked. There's like 20, 30 more happened, maybe 10 seconds later, and everybody just said hit the ground. So I hit the ground, and I was with my best friend, and I held her hand, and we were holding hands with other people, and we don't even know that we don't even know. And I told her, call your mom, call your dad. This might be the last time we do this. So then everybody started pushing each other, trying to get towards the other street, not like opposite of Mandalay Bay. I don't know what that's called. All right, because no indication of exits. Nobody ever told us any exits. All right. Nobody knew where any breaks in the fence were. There's so many barricades in the middle. You have people. Someone threw me over the barricade of the middle where the sound people were, because that was the only way. And then I hid under the sound stage, and then people said he's coming towards us. Coming towards us. Fuck me, dude. Fucking people, man. And then I got up from the soundstage. My best friend and I got separated, and I saw a bunch of bodies just laying there. Guys on top of girls protecting them. And I don't know if you know the bar where the House of Blues, space. Yes, it's an open concrete. I don't know how many yards that is, but there was a brief moment of silence, and I thought, I'm just going to run. I'm not going to lay here and just get shot. So I stood up to run. I was maybe 10 feet from the entrance of the House of Blues, and he shot my arm, and it turned into a zombie arm. It just failed. So did you feel a shot, or did you just feel your arm go numb? Well, I heard one shot, and it hit the girl in front of me. Fuck. And she fell. Man, it's like, fuck. It's like a bad movie. And she fell down. And then I started. Realized I was running in a straight line. So then I started going side to side. And then all of a sudden, one of them grazed my leg. And then, it felt like 2 men hit my arm. And then I fell into the House of Blues because there was some guy waiting there. And I said, I just got shot. I just got shot. Please help me. Please help me. There's nobody there. So then I got into the House of Blues, and there's a bartender there. And he said that we're still in the line of fire and need to come inside. So he pulled us inside, and I was able to walk. Then people had knocked down the chain link fence, like off onto where the parking lot was. And I saw a police car. This man named Dave from LA Fire Department picked me up and was laying on the ground. And he took his shirt off. People took their belts off, stopped bleeding. And then they just kept saying, she has to go first. She has to go first. So then they put me in the back of an Uber car, and they just put me in the back of the car, and my dress was really bloody. And then she was trying to call 911, but 911 was completely blocked with all the calls. So they told her to drive with her flashers on. So she drove all the way here. And when I got out of the car, and then I got really dizzy and just fell down here. But can I say something? Oops. Did I? Can I say something that happened right before? Um, we're standing next to this tall guy, this woman, and they were acting really, really weird. And there's also, ever since the first day of the festival, there's a blinking light in one of the Mandalay Bay rooms. I don't know if you've heard that before, but it was blinking the whole time. It was so annoying. I don't know the details. It was so annoying. It was weird, and nobody knew what the deal was. It looked like cameras blink, 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 blink. And then, ooh, there's a conspiracy. Holy shit. Wow, this girl's got a good one. I like that. I'm surprised nobody's utilized that. Nobody's probably read this far into the report. So I guess that would explain it, but that's crazy. And then I looked up at the buildings once we got into the cars, once we got into the car, because I could still see from that street the buildings and what it looked like on, where it's like an L, where it says Mandalay Bay on the long part. There's like in the middle of the building, it's like there was two openings, in the building. I'm trying to figure out what the hell she's talking about. Okay, you saying people are standing in front of you. There was something about them that draw your attention. It was so weird. They didn't say anything to you or make any moments, or they just no, but they left like 10 minutes before it happened. Okay, which is really weird because everybody was there for Jason. All right, no, not everybody, dude. That's I know a lot of people just didn't give a shit about Jason. We've read some statements of people that didn't give a shit about Jason. And then the girl said something. They were whispering a lot. And then he's tall. He looked like he was in the military, and they left. Okay. Not even 10 minutes before the whole thing started. Okay. Now, at any point, did you said you heard two volleys? The person just grazed right over that. Didn't give a fuck. Doesn't matter. That's the most important part of this statement here. And this person don't give a shit. That's crazy. Um, did you hear anything after that? I called you when the second, where after the first round went off and everybody was like, it's firecrackers, don't worry. After that, it was not firecrackers. You heard another round, I heard fire. And you hit the ground. Yeah, it was a long round though. And so you're down there for a few seconds. You get up, start running over. No, it was second round, so simulating sound of gunfire. And I called my dad. My dad was on the phone. He said, "Those aren't firecrackers. You can hear them over the phone, Dad." Yeah, okay. And then I tried to stand up, but these girls just pushed me down and said it's better to lay down. Like, don't run, don't run. As you're down there, are shots still going off? Yeah, shots going. We're going like 50 rounds. It was a lot. They were, and they were continuous. It was just continuous, like so many. You can't even count them. All right. So then, yeah, people still can't count them. We got video. We could slow down and shit. So then we started going towards the blockade, but I didn't realize we had to go over that barrier, which is really tall, and there's nothing you could grab onto. So these guys just pulled us over and just stood me on the ground. Uh, and again, as you're doing this, there's so many, there's still shots going. It's maybe like probably 15 seconds of shots. Okay, between seconds of silence, 20 or 30 rounds of shots, a few seconds of silence. Okay. And then when I got over the barrier, there was another set of really long set of shots that were fired, and I put myself in a sound box, you know, or you put the sound equipment in. And then I saw them. I saw bullets just flying off the stage, though. I saw bullets just flying off the stage, though. Huh. I'm not doing this. No. All right. I couldn't see anything at that point. And then they said they're coming towards us. They're coming towards us. Jesus, man. People. Because everybody said they're at the VIP bathrooms. That's where everybody said the shots were coming from. Okay. That's something I haven't heard, but all right. It sounded like that, but the echo on in the strip was so, you know what I mean. The echo is really confusing. But I don't know. I was only me and the man were the only two running. All right. So when you got to the Uber car, was there still shots going? Yeah. Okay. And that's when you left and you got to the hospital. Well, I laid down on the ground for probably like 5 minutes. And then they didn't know what to do because there wasn't any EMS there, you know, so they weren't there yet. So yeah, they weren't there for a long time. So we were just people were just coming over, and they were shot, and people would just sort of tie stuff on, and nurses were there, like people who were uh, there in the crowd, and officers were like had their guns towards Manly Bay. When I was underneath, I was right next to a cop car, and people who weren't shot just made a human barrier around me. And then, like I said, Dave from LA Fire, he just put me in the car and told me, "You're not going to die." And then I just got here. I got here, and that's all I really know. Okay. Interesting that this person had something to say, but just yeah, brushed right over it. Didn't give a fuck, man. That's kind of sad because that could have been important, I guess. I don't know. White male, yeah, okay. Can't read any of that gibberish. Everyone thought there were fireworks, but it turned out to be someone or some people shooting at people. Nobody knew where it came from. This person, short and sweet. No fucks given there. Let's see, white male. Business Zito. Uh, Occupation. I don't know what that is. All right, whatever. Um, yeah, I don't know what that is. Let's see. I was standing facing the right hand side of the stage, about 15 feet back from the stage. I heard a series of pops to my right towards the Manly Bay, but ignored it as people, um, I don't know, remarked it was fireworks, I guess. Um, I then heard more and more um, pops, and people began collapsing for cover. It's an interesting choice of words. In between pops, I saw a woman bleeding after about 5 minutes total from the initial pop. I got my wife over a barricade but hit the ground myself when the pops continued. I got up and not seeing my wife, I began running towards the airport. My wife, Bill knows wife. My wife made it safe uh, to our hotel, the Monte Carlo, and I took shelter in an airport hangar with 40 or so people. I stayed until police arrived and bussed us to UNLV. Okay. 1st of October, 10 p.m. What? Okay, dude. Yeah. Fucking wrote this before the thing even happened. All right. Yeah. Whatever, dude. Get your time straight. Let's see. Let's see. Was it Route 91 concert venue when I heard popping noise come from the direction of the strip towards Mandalay Bay? Initial thought was firecrackers or fireworks as part of show, but quickly identified as automatic gunfire. I fled the venue with the mass hysteria of the crowds. I observed. Jeez, man. Wow. Wow. Okay. I observed a male in the venue on ground yelling he was shot in the leg. I had no um, injuries, just dispersed from the Luxor where I was staying, just displaced, displaced from the Luxor. Okay, I guess. Oh man, whew. Some of these are tough, man. Let's see. Sound like fireworks. Right side stage. Periodic, repeated bursts of gunfire. Okay. Short and sweet. UMC. That person didn't give a fuck. Did not want to fucking deal with this shit. Don't blame white female. Okay. Business. Whatever. DHS. TSA. Ooh, TSA. What? Security. Ooh. Oh, one of those people. Let's see. Approximately 2120. Uh, hay bales in front of next from last Nashville stage, located on the north end of the event. Um Crew were tearing down stage. Uh, Bar was closing. Okay, I can't do that. I gotta zoom in on this, man. This person. Uh, I wasn't on the hay bales. Two women on the hay bales, both uh, facing south end. First woman, 5'6", 5'5", sitting. Looks like 200 pounds. Black hair, straight past shoulders. Light colored shirt. Mexican appearance. 30s. Voice clean and concise. No accent. Cold, hard, happy, hateful. Um, uh, Not sure what that is. All right. Second woman, 5'4" ish, petite, Mexican appearance, 30s, short, black, straight, hair, um, American, no accent. That friend, loud, rambunctious, yells, screams, jumps, standing on highest pile, holding cell phone up towards south end. First one. All right. I know where this is going. Seen this before. Let's see. First one. These stupid fucking white people. They're going to know how it feels. They deserve this. Wait until later. Second, woohoo, like shooting fish in a barrel. Are you getting this, baby? I love you. Um, are they lesbians or is there someone else involved in this? Um, Older Mexican couple sat next to them and didn't speak. 50s, 60s. So let's say this is accurate. Um, yeah, that's a tough one to figure out. Stupid fucking white people. They are going to know how it feels. They deserve this. Wait until later. So when was this? What was the timing on this? About 9:20 is when she's saying. Um, Next, in front of Nashville stage. Okay, so Nashville stage. There were a lot of crew tearing down the stage. That's what that says. But bar was closing. Two women on the hay bales, both facing south end. Okay, so the second woman uh, says American. I don't think that says. I guess it could say Mexican, but that almost makes it look like an A, an M, and that's hard to say, but it's probably an E either way. And that's the mystery: is that an R or an X? So that could be American or Mexican, but that tells me it's probably American. What it means that the person's American, I don't know. That's kind of strange. You'd say white, something like that. Let's see, black straight hair, uh, Mexican appearance. Okay, no, Mexican appearance. Um, First woman, see, straight, Mexican appearance. Okay, so they both look like Hispanic. All right. So I don't know where this Chutney Street is. This is the 15th of October, so this is quite a ways after this all went down. Older Mexican couple sitting next to him in the 50s or 60s. That's interesting. That's uh, that's a little crazy. I know that's heavy on the conspiracy side there. This is the only person I think that mentions this, other than the chick on the news that says, somebody said you're all going to die tonight or something of that nature. Let's see. Oh, it continues. I thought that was the end of it. Me and my boyfriend sat on the other side of the hay bales watching the teardown of the stage when that conversation took place. We were actually ignoring events around us. Uh, we were tired after 3 days of concerts and just wanted to see Jason Aldean perform. A white young couple arguing at entrances three. Yellow shirt security responded. At that time, I had no recollection of the conversation. What? What? Approximately 21:30. Okay, so now we're talking about 9:30. We used the porta pods at North End. Four people on the hay bales were gone, as well as the workers. Okay, let's see. Were they part of the workforce? We walked down the concessions. The lights were on, but nobody was home. All vacant. White smoke plumed uh, out the. I don't know, whatever. Eerie feeling. So 5 minutes later, east opening located between porta pods, House of Blues, completely open. Um, oh man, temporary fence was gone. Okay, Metro gone, puppy gone. What? Single Metro vehicle with lights on the other side of the fence. Okay, so east opening. Oh shit! All right. Okay. Boyfriend spoke to a couple in front of the House of Blues. Uh, we took a few steps west when the show began, as was something I wanted to state in the back. 21:40. My boyfriend asked if I wanted to move up. I told him no. I'm good here. Third song ended approximately 21:53. Approximately 21:55, Jason Aldean talked for a few minutes. Jake Owen and Eric Church heading for the stage. Huh. Were they? Aldean walked up the stage towards the audience. Popping fireworks went off by the long bar east side. Poppers, fireworks east side of stage. Lights on ground. Smoke rose. Aldean stopped. Larger than life on the screen. Cameras didn't change view, or I guess 200 meters. Whatever. Wow, this person got a lot to say. Let's see. Half Moon muzzle fire. So it's during the shooting. What, the second volley maybe? Half Moon muzzle fire from Mandalay Bay for a few shots, and full muzzle fire in sight. Clip number 1. Female yelled, "They're shooting at us." I yelled, "Run," and pushed boyfriend toward east opening. Okay, towards what does this say? Um, I don't know what the fuck that's trying to say right there. Let's see. Let's see. Clip two took cover in I don't know what this is. Brahma Jack stall. Oh, Bahama. It's supposed to be Bahama Jack stall on the north side of House of Blues, between store and Identigo booth. When shooting stopped, yelled run. We took cover behind a jar chain link fence. L whatever used for I don't know why they put that. Okay, whatever. Looks like an L there. Used for back access of House of Blues for employees behind Tower and Ball. Another concert attendance attendee was hysterically screaming and crying. She forced her way out, landing on me in the process. Firing stopped again. I yelled, "Run now." Clip number four, we ran. Man, this person's got a clear memory. It's hard to call someone a liar, man. Let's see. We ran out of the east side opening. Young man to my left was hit, left flank. 5 minutes to run from location on field to outside out of range. 2112. Uh, texted supervisor. I don't know. Stowed down. I don't fucking know. Texted a supervisor. Um, texted something a supervisor. I don't know. Texted to help young man and get a shirt uh, from his friend to put pressure on wound. No blood yet. That's okay. Yeah, this is strange. 5 shots, caliber change, 40 caliber, 50 caliber. Woo! 40, 50 caliber. Uh, I yelled. I yelled when out of range, I guess. Boyfriend told me he needed to tell police of accomplices. Clip number five. Full auto began again. Young man and friend ran to the south. Boyfriend grabbed my waistband and directed me to a hole in the wall where he could exit, where we could exit, Clip number six. I told everyone take a deep breath. It's chick's counselor. Should they replace police, man? She could be the first one in line. We're out of range. Just keep moving. We continued across the road going east, northwest, towards MGM parking lot. Clip number seven. 3 police cars were at an intersection. Only one was telling people to keep moving. I yelled, "Put your hands up," when going towards police, I guess. Um, we were directed to an apartment complex. We quickly left and continued heading on the same direction as before. Clip number eight. 2 cars drove north and Duke Ellington Way. Windows tinted, halfway rolled down. Crowd started running and screaming again. Lost my left shoe. Blue slip-on Skechers, size 8. Okay, man, that's some detailed shit, man. We were on the Tropicana. This is someone I'd like to actually talk to. This is actually very interesting. We were on Tropicana heading east towards Koval Lane. Then we went to MGM Grand Parking Garage and located my car. At no time was there yellow shirt security in sight. At no time, other than one in the intersection, uh, there was no Metro officers in sight. At no time was there return fire. Drove to UNLV police substation. Boyfriend used emergency phone. Drove to 1444 Living Desert Road. Boyfriend's apartment. Oh, yeah, thanks for telling us his fucking apartment. He made a few calls to Repeat earlier accomplices consultation. Con. Yeah, whatever. Um, drove to yeah, whatever, her house. Thanks for telling us where you live. Um, reviewed phone call from FBI on boyfriend's phone around. Okay, so that is kind of important, but she wrote the wrong time there. So is it 2110 maybe, or is that supposed to be uh, what is that? Maybe 2110. I'm guessing is what she meant. Um, No, because that would have been 9 o'clock. Or well, no, yeah, yeah, that would have been 9 o'clock. So what is that? Around, yeah, is that 11 p.m.? Is she trying to say 1100 hours, and maybe that's 11 p.m. instead? I don't know. He gave a verbal statement. I took the phone, informed whatever. Um, looks like it says heathen, but not spelled right. But I don't know what the fuck that means. That is. It was hit. Informed something. It was a hit. She took my name and phone number. It was what the fuck. Whew, this person's goofy. Um, Drew boyfriend to FBI or something. Draw boyfriend to the FBI office to talk to Heather. Okay, it's Heather. Heather. Okay, yeah, was present. She asked if I remember what was different between the days. At that time, I still don't remember anything. At no time was there a written statement and statement taken from us by the FBI. They seemed to be humoring my boyfriend. We went to my home, and I continued to prepare for my trip the following day to answer Heather's questions. Oh my God. Oh man. All right, come on, focus. Let's see. What was different? One, entrance security became more relayed, delayed. Okay, I don't know. Day one, total bag search, wand entire body. Day two, wand briefly over common firearm locations, waistband, ankles. Day three, light pad around the waist, barely touched. Yeah, well, it's very possible that that is not a conspiracy, that that is just you had lazy workers on the third day. People start calling out. People got burned out. They didn't want to hear country fucking music anymore. These people are probably not all country fans. Let's see. According to event worker, highest attendance was the 1 October. Okay, yeah. Water fountains was shut off around 10 o'clock. Wait, no, it's not 10 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. All right. I don't know why they would have done that, but all right. Something area shut down. I don't know what that is. Something area shut down 2.5 hours before the end of the event. Is that fence area or something? I can't read that. Let's see. Five. No workers on the line or behind the fence were seen or heard at least 20 minutes before the final set on the north and east side of the event area. No workers on the line or behind the fence. What does that mean? What are you trying to say here? We're seen or heard at least 20 minutes before the final set. Because if you're talking about security, you're not right. You're incorrect. Um, I'm sorry, but we got a video of that. That's not true. East opening no longer had temporary barricade. Uh, puppy. What is? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here, but I don't know what puppy means. Or metro. Uh, opening was completely unobstructed before final show. Um, okay, yeah, all right. No yellow security or metro were visible before final show. That is not necessarily the truth. That's not true. Event event wristbands were being bought and sold on the street, Las Vegas Boulevard, in front of Metro. No action was taken to prevent it. I mean, yeah, that happens, right? That happens at any convention. That happens at any large festival concert like this. People leave, and as people are leaving, yeah, they allow other people to get in, and sometimes they sell them. Sometimes they just give them away. That happens. That happens at every event. Luckily, this is the very last one here, as far as this goes, because there is a lot going on here. There is a whole hell of a lot going on here with what's happening here. Um, okay, so this person, their occupation is their security for the TSA. Well, they're TSA workers, so um, all right. Well, I'm not going to go into TSA what I think about TSA because I do. I have worked with some of those people. So, but yeah, you know, you got good and bad in every industry. Let's see these stupid fucking white. So let's see this bullshit here. Let's see. Me and my boyfriend's down the other side. At that time, says here I had at that time I had no recollection of the conversation. So when did you have a recollection of this conversation? When did this amazing truth come to you? That is an issue. Um, this is a kind of an awkward statement for them to say at that time. I had no recollection of the conversation. Um, Me and my boyfriend sat on the other side of the hay bales watching the teardown. Why are you watching the teardown? I guess she said they were tired. I guess, you know, uh, she says we were actually ignoring the events around us. Well, apparently not, because you caught these people talking. You were listening in on their conversation actively. So, and you even noticed, who they were sitting next to. It was a family of Hispanic people. Uh, who they were is not necessarily clear because you're watching people tear down a stage. Did these people work here or did they not work here? Um, these stupid fucking white people, they're going to know how it feels. They deserve this. Know how what feels. What are we talking about? Wait until later. Woohoo. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Are you getting this, baby? Who is she talking to? Are these lesbians? Are they girlfriends? Because these are both women talking to each other. Or is this girl talking on her phone? We don't know. Um, I love you. Okay. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of that, and I can't make sense of it. Um, Even on the scale of this being some sort of conspiracy, it's hard to make sense of this because what is the point of these people just hanging out in this venue when this is about to go down? They're not really scouting or anything. I mean, uh, again, if she said this person was on the phone, then people would start saying, well, they were talking to Paddock or something of that nature. I mean, okay, you know. Um, but considering the inconsistencies within this, I have a very hard time. Even though, this person is very descriptive with a lot of this stuff. Um, this person breaks down this better than anybody else has. Um, clip one, clip two, clip three, clip four. I mean, this person was very aware of what was going on that night. It seems this person seems to have a very, very good memory. So that's what makes it a little difficult to call bullshit on them. But the problem is, when you get to the bottom down here, no yellow security or metro were visible before the final show. That's not really, I mean, okay, before the final show, all right, that's possible. I mean, I guess, there was, but we do see Metro, or we do see, well, we see Metro. Metro, they were there, and there were a couple in that booth. I forget what the number breakdown was of how many officers were in the venue versus outside the venue. This thing was just about to end. So, of course, they closed all, entrances. That's, as far as I know, that's standard routine for these big shows, for any show, to be honest with you. Any show I've ever been to. And of course, my genre is a little bit different from this because with us they always have to worry about what's going to happen afterwards. But you know they generally do take you through one exit. They want one exit. You can have multiple entrances, you can only have one exit. The reason you got to have one exit, I mean, multiple entrances is just difficult on manpower, but you have to have one exit, because exit, you can throw, basically what happens, with a lot of these is you'll have cops everywhere, and they'll be running around doing all kinds of shit during these shows and stuff like that. But at the end, you're walking through a line of them. And, that's why they take you through one exit, because they can concentrate all their forces in one exit. So if there is any problems, they're all there to deal with it. Um, so I kind of get that. Now, she's saying no yellow security or metro were visible before the final show. Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what she means by before the final show. If she's talking about, the set before, or between sets, I don't fucking know. If she's talking about right before the shooting, because that would not be a valid statement. That would be a false statement. We do see, Metro, well, with somebody in handcuffs, in one of the videos. We do see, I believe, three Metro in that room, if I remember right. So, and then we do see the Metro Park outside, waiting for the concert to end and watching for anybody leaving, that may be causing problems, fist fights in the parking lot between drunk people, stuff like that. Um, and then we do see yellow security. We see a lot of that. I mean, one of them got shot and killed during this thing. They did exist. They were there. It's not like they all vanished all of a sudden because they were all in on some big conspiracy, which seems like what this person is actually trying to say. Um, I don't know, but that seems like the path we're leading here. Event wristbands being bonded. Yeah, I mean, okay, who cares? That's something that happens, dude. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen people try to buy those things off me. It's no big deal. It happens. Um, I'm just surprised she's not complaining about some street preacher out there telling everyone they're going to hell, because that's something else that happens at all these concerts. Let's see. East opening no longer had a temporary barricade. Puppy or Metro opening was completely unobstructed before the final show. Yeah, because at some point, I mean, it's the final act. They're not worried about people sneaking in at that point. They don't care. Um, in large venues like this, I don't think that's much of an issue, because I have seen that before as well. Um, a large, festival type concert. Towards the end, they just don't give a shit anymore. They got their money. It's the last act. The last act has already started. They're getting ready to tear down, clean up, get the fuck out of there as fast as possible. So, chances are, the yellow security were probably organizing the exit, to where they're going to start pushing people towards the exits. It's something they have to do. So they're going to stand on the edges of every walkway and stuff like that, and just get ready to move people in a direction towards the exit. That's generally how that works. So it's possible, yeah, they weren't visible for the final show. It's very possible they're getting ready for um, that to happen. Let's see. East opening no longer had temporary barricade. Yeah, like I said, a lot of times they just don't give a shit, dude. The fucking final act is going, dude. We're in the middle of, this has been a 3 day concert. All these people paid $300 to get in, and this is just the final dude. He's halfway through his set. We don't fucking care anymore. Even if it's at the beginning of his set, we just don't care. Um, who walks in or out. Just not even an issue anymore. We're not going to sit here and be wanding people in the last 10 minutes of this concert. It's stupid. And I have seen that before too. So I don't think that's much of an issue. Usually my concerts are a little more out in the sticks, though. It's not usually in the middle of a freaking thing like this. But no workers on the line or behind the fences were seen or heard for at least 20 minutes before the final set. Okay, so she's talking about the intermission. And on the north side, or north and east side of the event area. Um, all right. Uh, no workers online or behind the fences. Or behind on the line. I don't know what that means. I don't know what she's talking about here as far as on the line or behind the fences. Um, I'm guessing she's using terms that are used for her job. I'm guessing, but her job is a bit different. TSA is a hell of a lot different than what these people are doing. Um, these people are not that kind of a security force. These people are there to monitor the situation, let police know when there's a problem, where there's a problem, and let police deal with those problems. And they're there to make sure that people don't get into areas that they shouldn't be in. As far as backstage, on the stage, stuff like that. Um, and during the events, of course, they're there to do all the wanding and the security stuff like that. I would say that yeah, I guess uh, not manning the barricade at this point would be kind of an issue. I'm sure that has changed since this all happened. The not giving a shit about people just sneaking into the concert at the last minute. But yeah, they probably didn't see this coming. They didn't see that a country concert of all things would be a problem. Of course, a lot of drunk people out there. I think the worst thing you're looking for is fistfights, and that's something that security is not going to deal with so much, but the police will. Security will usually knock down the fighting, give a couple people bear hugs, drag them outside, throw them at the police. Police take them away. Let's see. I don't know what this says. Area shut down 2.5 hours before. I don't know. I don't know what this area she's talking about is before the end of the event. Water fountains was shut off. I don't know why they shut down the water fountains. I don't know what that is. Maybe they had a problem. Maybe they had a leak, or they had a who knows. There's no telling what that's about. According to the event worker, highest attendance was on 1st of October. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, that's not an issue. Entrance security became more relaxed. Okay, so yeah, all right. I mean, if you go to, there's I don't know how to explain this very well, but people get worn down, right? You're working, 3 straight days of this bullshit, any bullshit like this, no matter if it's a country rap, uh, you know whatever it happens to be, pop music, doesn't matter. Yeah, you're working 3 days of this garbage. And these would be long hours, most likely, for some of these people, especially, a lot of the low wage people. Um, yeah, day one, everyone's going to probably be a little bit on their toes because maybe they had a few days off. So, yeah, you can get a little crazy. Now, we also don't know the timing on these, right? So, we don't know what time they came in the gate and the differences on these times. I believe we did have somebody else say the same thing, But again, as the days go on, day one, a lot of people probably got there really early, man. They wanted to see everything, check it out. They're excited, right? So at the beginning, yeah, total bag search, fucking going crazy. Um, you know, they're security's in a good mood, they're in good shape, their A game's on. You get to day two. Well, people start coming in a little later. We already saw everything. We know who we want to see. We don't give a shit about the fucking three opening acts that we don't fucking care about. So we're gonna come a little bit later, right? So you know, um, security gets a little lax throughout the day. Their feet start hurting. They stop caring as much, stuff like that. Day three, you're going to come in even later. You're going to show up for the final couple acts. You don't give a shit about anybody else because the final two acts are badass. Your feet are fucking hurting from the days before. So, everyone comes in late. By that time, security's no different. They're tired. Your feet are hurting. You've been there all damn day. You're tired of this bullshit. You just want to go home. I can't say that's exactly what happened. I can just say that to me, I think that's a possibility since we don't have times here on when this person actually came in. I mean, she did say her feet were hurting that third day, but you know, and the FBI wasn't taking them seriously. Okay, yeah. Um, Talk to someone named Heather. All right, I don't know who Heather is, and how high up the chain Heather is. So Heather didn't care. The only problem with this is this person is very detailed. They even know, well, I mean, of course they know what color shoe because they still have the other one. But this person is very detailed in what they say. And this stuff here at the beginning is a little nerve wracking. Um, I do know a lot of Hispanics do like country music. In fact, the people that I know that were there are Hispanic. Um, so that's the thing. But yeah, this is very, very, very difficult to decipher, and this is an important piece right here. So let's see, saying the highest by holding. Oh, okay. So okay, never mind. I didn't read that correctly. Holding cell phone up towards south end. So this person was talking to somebody on the phone. Um, Standing on the highest pile, holding cell phone up towards the south end. All right. So woman number two. So are you getting this baby? Yeah, she's probably talking to somebody on the phone. Says I love you. Somebody on the phone, probably FaceTiming or something of that nature. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what this like shooting fish in a barrel. What other kind of context can you put on something like that? It's very difficult. That's very, very difficult. Um, I don't think we have anybody else saying the same thing, mentioning this conversation here. So that friend, let's see, loud, rambunctious, yells, screams, jumps, standing on the highest pile, holding his cell phone up. I like how no accent, cold, hard, happy, hateful, educated. Educated. What gives you the impression these people are educated or any of this shit? Let's see. Sitting 200 pounds, black hair, straight past shoulders, light colored shirt, Mexican appearance, 30s, voice clean and concise. Okay. No accent, cold, hard, happy, hateful, educated. What gives you the idea they're educated? Because saying these stupid fucking white people does not sound educated to me. I mean, hateful, yeah, I guess. Happy, I don't know. I guess the way they're saying it, hard, cold, hard. I guess. They're going to know how it feels. They deserve this. Wait until later. Let's see. Voice is clean and concise. No accent. Um, yeah, I don't know about the educated thing, man. That throws me off. They're going to know how it feels. They deserve this. Wait until later. Woohoo. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Are you getting this, baby? I love you. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about pictures. I mean, that's the only thing I could think about. Shooting fish in a barrel, right? Shooting fish, shooting, being a, photography, some of that nature. Um, Shooting fish in a barrel usually doesn't mean that, but, you know, uh, possibly shooting negative photos. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. And then an old Mexican couple sitting next to them didn't speak, 50s and 60s. So I'm guessing the parents, possibly the parents, family, some of that nature, uh, you know, or not related at all, but it says sat next to them. So I'm guessing this person relates them to being together in a group. So if they're in a group, then these four people are together. Um, and then you got a fifth person involved who would be on the phone here. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see if anything else comes up like this, but this person seems very angry and jaded. Uh, Keeps talking about how doesn't see any cops around, doesn't see any security around. I mean, yeah, you're probably jaded because you've just been shot at. Um, has this caliber change thing here. Let's see, what would this be? This would be clip number 4. Caliber change. All right. Maybe he was firing at a different part of the venue, or maybe he's firing in her direction of the venue, and all of a sudden she's hearing the sonic cracks and sounding louder and crazier. So she thinks that's the difference for the caliber change, but it just says 5 shots. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Um, Trying to imagine. I'm trying to remember when the shots were at the tank. Um, it's possible it's what you're hearing there. Um, she's yelling, "We're out of range." How do you know what the fucking range is on these things? Like, how do you know that? I guess at a certain point you're gonna say, "Well, it's obvious," but this chick, I don't know, man. Something about this bothers me, and I can't put my hand on it. Um, I mean, grabbed my waistband and directed me to a hole in the wall where we could exit. Um, don't know if I heard about the hole in the wall yet, and any other ones. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Um, yeah, and then here she's talking shit about the police. Apparently, she's not a fan of the police. Police cars were intersection. Only one was telling people to keep moving. I yelled, "Put your hands up!" when going towards police. I guess you just, yeah, you don't trust police. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people running by them with their hands down. We were directed to an apartment complex. I quickly left. Um, yeah, lost her shoe. She's worried about her shoe. Blue slip on. Yeah, okay. Um, at no time. Okay, so here's another thing. At no time was there yellow shirt security in sight. At no time, other than one in the intersection, there was no metro officers in sight. Okay, so you're hyper aware of what volleys are being fired and how many volleys she said. She said clip 9, so she did. Uh, eh, yeah, she didn't do that. She did all right um, with that. I mean, I can't fault her for that. But when you're sitting here talking this much trash, That's where the problems start. You know, at no time were there yellow shirt security in sight. At no time. We see them in videos. We see them in videos. We see them in the in the little medical tent there where they got the chick in the handcuffs. We see yellow shirts in there. We do see yellow shirts um, up there by the stage. We see a lot of yellow shirts up there, which I'm sure is where at some point they were concentrating. Where were these people when the shooting started? Let's see, in front of next to Nashville stage, but no, I want to see where they were when it started. 21:35. 20, Jason Aldean talked for a few minutes. So let's see. Boyfriend asked if I wanted to move up. I told him no, I'm good here. So boyfriend's House of Blues. We took a few steps west when the show began. Air was thick. I wanted to stay in the back. Okay, so these people were towards the back. So yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of the yellow shirts back then. So I guess yeah, you're not. The fact though that you're mentioning it is some sort of disdain for the security that day and police. Apparently, this person has a lot of disdain for those people. So I understand you've been through a very hard situation, and shit went crazy, and you're scared out of your mind. You probably dealt with something you're never gonna have to deal with again in your life, and very few ever have. And it's got to be a very emotional experience, especially even 2 weeks later. But this statement, I don't know. I have issues with this, and like I said, I can't necessarily put my finger on exactly what the problem is here, but I'm having issues with this. I have a lot of issues with what this person is saying. I mean, not just the conspiracy behind the person on the hay bales, but you know, um, some of this stuff. In no time there was yellow shirt security in sight. Yeah, there was. I mean, we see them in the videos. We do see them. Not as many as you would like to have seen, I guess, but you would expect to have seen, I guess, but they were there. And, and obviously one was shot. We see one climbing over the barricade when the girl was shot in the beginning. We do know that they were there. We also know that Metro is there and they're in the venue. And there's plenty of video evidence of that as well. Of course, a group of them, Metro, were actually inside of I believe that's a medical tent where they're arresting somebody. So, there is that. That was probably their headquarters. Metro's probably, and since that medical tent is near the exit, that's probably what they were getting ready to do. They're just waiting for Jason Aldean to finish so that they could get everybody the fuck out. And probably weren't doing much moving through the venue. But yeah, like I said, there's a general disdain here for the yellow shirt security. There's a disdain for the police. Um, so that tells me that there is a bias. But then they still wanted to go to the police substation. So what happened here was they were probably snubbed by the police. Police didn't give a shit. They didn't want to hear what they had to say, and they felt that it was super important, which it kind of is. Um, and then the um, FBI apparently didn't want to hear what they had to say either. Um, and I mean, and she even tells this Heather person from the FBI that it was a hit. It was a hit job. Yeah, she's telling her that it was an assassination. So what are you gonna think, right? You're gonna think these people are fucking nuts. You're fucking crazy. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You heard a girl saying, shooting fish in a barrel, that does not indicate a fucking hit on a particular person, which is what a hit would be. Oh my god. Took my name and phone number. Um, So yeah, at that point, they're probably gonna call you fucking nuts, and they're not gonna take you fucking seriously. You just you don't need um, you don't need this, But you admitted that's what you said to her. But yeah, you don't need to um, throw your speculation into it. So they didn't take you seriously. Cops didn't take you seriously. The FBI didn't take you seriously. You probably told the cops it was a hit as well. And the cops didn't take you fucking seriously. So then you go to the FBI and you tell the FBI the same fucking bullshit. And the FBI is not taking you seriously as well. So everything that you have to say gets fucking thrown right out. Um, let's see. In no time was there a written statement taken from us by the FBI. They seem to be humoring my boyfriend. That's weird that they wouldn't do that, but they did take this statement. So their statement did make it into the mix, and it was released. So this isn't something anybody's trying to hide. Um, all this stuff. So whatever. I don't know. I think on this because we do have the other person also who says there was something strange, but that person was never questioned about what was strange. And to me, that is to use a stupid word again. That is a strange part of this whole thing. Um, anyway, I think that's it for this one. Got through this PDF, so that's good. Anyways, as always, for whoever that is that made it through this whole thing, have a good night, stay safe. Until the next one.